La raison pour laquelle vous n'apprenez pas la langue is because. What's up, y'all? I just want to get on here and record a short little video and talk about like why it's so hard for you to learn a new language and why it seems like you're not progressing or learning. Okay, so me, I've been learning French for almost 2 months now. I'm not gonna talk in French in this video very much because I don't feel comfortable or confident enough to do that. But yeah, anyway, the reason why I chose to learn French, I just find it to be such a beautiful language. I would love, like, Paris is like one of my top places to travel to. And me, I love traveling. So that's why I chose to learn French. I'm learning other languages as well, but I'm just going to mainly talk about French because I feel like that's the one I'm getting more confident in. But yeah, the reason you're not learning the language is because you're not obsessed. You can't just say, oh, I want to learn French or I want to learn Portuguese one day. You have to really be obsessed with everything that has to do with French, the language, the people, the music. You really have to become obsessed. That's the biggest advice that I can give to anybody who's learning the language. Be obsessed. Because me in English, I talk to myself like all day, every day in English. So I take that and I put that into my process of like studying and learning is I say something to myself in English and then I go on Google Translate or whatever and then I translate it and then I start repeating that to myself. And I literally do that all day. Like I'm on Google Translate probably like 1,000 times a day. No joke. Like whatever you see in your daily life, like whatever you use a lot, look up those words in French. So if you like your phone, your books, your shoes, just anything, just look up things that you use every single day and look up the word in that language you want to learn and just practice those words. Like, don't even say it once you learn the words and get comfortable enough. Don't even say it in English anymore. Just say, I want to grab my bag, or it's sac in French. So yeah, I need to grab my bag in French would be je dois prendre mon sac. Like just start doing that in French and really getting comfortable with just stuff you say every single day. Like I'm sure you grab your things or your bag before work or school every single day. So just start saying that in your head and saying it with confidence and just apply that to any other thing that you say a lot. And when you do that, you'll notice that the language becomes more comfortable. It starts to become like second nature. Like you just start speaking in that language way more. I want to share some tools that I've been learning to learn French. So I'm going to pick three: YouTube, Hello Talk, and like I said earlier, just indulging in the culture and just being obsessed with it. So like YouTube, there's like free lessons you can find on YouTube, like free courses. So that's good for like grammar and things. I would say do that the least is what I'm noticing, but what works for me won't work for everybody. So do what feels comfortable enough for you, but you can't slack off of it. You have to be super consistent. And the second one, Hello Talk. Hello Talk is an app where you can talk to people all around the world who wants to learn like your native language, and then in return they teach you their native language. So me, I'm American, so I speak English. um I found so many people who want French people who want to learn English, and in return I teach them English, they teach me French, and then it's an even exchange, and then you that helps build up your confidence in speaking the language and typing and reading the language. And it really builds up your vocabulary because you want to say something in their language. So it forces you to look up how you can say that and like how to conjugate the verbs and all of that. So yeah, Hello Talk is a great resource to help build confidence in speaking to people in that language. And yeah, like I said, the third one, being obsessed, indulging. You really just pretty much pretend you're French. That's the best thing. Or any language. Pretend you're Brazilian, or pretend you're Russian, or pretend you're French. Pretend you're I don't just pretend you're a part of that language and become obsessed. Like fake their accent, put on a fake accent. Like, you just have to be super duper obsessed with the language if you want to learn fast and with efficiency. And the last thing I'm gonna touch on is like how long I study. You don't have to study like a lot every single day, because I know there's people who like have a busy lifestyle. So I would say at least put at least like an hour a day in the language you want to learn. And it can be anything. It doesn't have to be like super intense study practice. You can literally just talk to yourself in that language, and that's practice. Honestly, I feel like that's the best practice because it's easy, it's to yourself. You don't have to feel like afraid of like messing up or anything. I would say at least put an hour a day in though, at least an hour. But some days I practice for 5+ hours, just an hour, sometimes even 30 minutes if I'm super busy that day. But I would say at least try to put an hour every single day in that language if you want to learn it within a fast amount of time. I don't think I touched on this, but another thing is like the music. Find some good music that you like in that language you want to learn. Find TV shows, movies. Netflix has a good amount of TV shows and movies of languages and things. So read books, reading even like short paragraphs in the language if you don't feel comfortable reading a whole book yet. Yeah, me, I go to this website called Lingua, and they have like a lot of different like short paragraphs and little quizzes you can take that you can read in the language and get more comfortable like learning the words and reading. And then you can take a quiz afterwards to see like what words or what statements you know and got correct. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Best advice, be obsessed, be super consistent, and you will learn the language that you want to learn. So yeah, before I go, I just want to touch on I am a producer, music producer. I do have a second channel. So if you're a musician as well and you want to work together or you want to purchase beats from me, I have a second channel. It will be in the link in the description, and you can go over there and support. All my socials will be in the link below. And also, if you're French watching this or anybody who wants to learn a language watching this, I'm always willing to help people. So you can leave a comment or contact me on my socials and I will reply. And yeah. Au revoir les gens et à bientôt.